One Gotti talking sports.
YouTube, what's going on? It's One Gotti here with another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with some breaking news regarding the Washington Commanders and quarterback Carson Wentz. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, so that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into today's video. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Washington Commanders have some breaking news about quarterback Carson Wentz. So, as we know, going back to the Thursday night game versus the Chicago Bears, Carson Wentz sustained, looked kind of sort of like an injury in a way, but looked kind of like, okay, he could shake it off. So, on one play, Carson Wentz dropped back the pass, and he stepped into his throw, and his hand got hit, as he was releasing the ball by the defender. And when I first saw it on stream, I said, oh no, that kind of looks like the same thing that happened to Dak Prescott. Now, it didn't look as gruesome as Dak Prescott's injury, but it kind of looked like Dak Prescott's injury that happened in Tampa Bay. But the only difference was, like, Wentz was able to stay in the game, obviously, and finish the game. And honestly, it didn't look like it affected him at all. Now, again, when you're in the moment, when you're having adrenaline rushing, you really don't feel nothing. You're just trying to finish through and get the win. Once everything settles and everything gets to actually start coming in, like the swelling and stuff like that, then that's when you'll get the actual results. So it came out today. Let me grab the note here. Per Ian Rapoport, that Commanders quarterback Carson Wentz suffered a fractured finger on his throwing hand and the team's win over the Bears, per me and Michael Garofalo. He's headed to Los Angeles to see a hand specialist to determine the next step. His availability moving forward is up in the air. So, honestly, man, this is a sign. Like, this is I wouldn't say a sign, but like, this is something that a lot of fans wanted in a way, because no one wants to see Carson Wentz get hurt, right? I don't want to see Taylor Heinicke in the game. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to ride with the Carson Wentz experience. But a lot of fans, this is what they wanted. Not per se for him to get hurt, but to put Taylor Heinicke in the game. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, if Taylor Heinicke has the plays, he may be more exciting to watch. He may be a breath of fresh air just because we haven't seen Taylor Heinicke since last year. But at the same time, it's like we already know what Taylor Heinicke is. Yes, he's going to be able to provide a spark. Yes, he's going to be able to provide, the ability to run with his legs, and he knows his offense better. But at the same time, we know at some point Taylor Heinicke is going to show why he's a backup. Okay, and that's if he has to play. Now, again, Carson Wentz is headed to Los Angeles to see a hand specialist to determine what his availability will be. Because think about it, guys, we have 10 days to rest. So if it's a fractured finger, let me look at how long it takes for a fractured finger to heal, because it didn't say fractured thumb. I think Dak had a fractured thumb, if I'm not mistaken, and I know that's probably probably worse. But no fracture is really good. I hear that you would prefer to just completely break it as to a fracture, but let's see how long a fracture takes to heal. How long does a fractured finger takes to heal? Okay, so a fractured, it's a broken finger or thumb usually heals in 6 to 8 weeks, but it can take longer. It may be 3 to 4 months before full strength returns to the hand. So that's a broken finger. Let's see what fractures hit. Let's see what it says about a fracture. I looked up fracture, and it really doesn't say anything about that. So I'm assuming that Wentz may have to be out for a while then, if it doesn't say anything specifically as to why how long the process is going to be when it hurts. So Washington may be in a situation where they have to put in Taylor Heinicke. I'm not going to lie to you. And honestly, I know a lot of people want to see that happening, but at the same time, I would prefer to ride with the Carson Wentz experience just because I wanted to see something new. But it looks like possibly Washington may not get that fully. Wentz may not be able to play come Green Bay. But again, he's going to LA to see how long the outing or damage is, or what's the next step moving forward. We have 10 days before Green Bay, so that could be a good sign for his availability. But right now, I'm not worried, just for the simple fact that we have a Taylor Heinicke behind him. We know Taylor Heinicke is capable of playing if he has to. But I really, really wanted to see Carson Wentz finish this thing out, and see where he could turn this season around. Because he hasn't been terrible. He hasn't been good, but he has not been terrible. And I know Taylor Heinicke's probably going to come in, win us a game or two, or provide us with some kind of spark, and then fans are going to start believing again, and then he's going to show us why he's a backup. You know what I'm saying? I love Taylor Heinicke as a person. I love Taylor Heinicke as a player. I love the grit, the moxie that comes with this guy. But come on, guys. We know he has some type of ceiling. Again, I understand some of the sacks that Carson Wentz took, Taylor Heinicke would probably be able to avoid, okay? But we know Taylor Heinicke doesn't possess the same kind of deep ball accuracy and or strength as one Carson Wentz. But we know what we're getting from Taylor Heinicke. So don't be surprised if Taylor Heinicke comes in, wins you 3, 4, 5. You get number 3 win, 4 win, and 5 win, and you sit at 5 and 4. You're like, okay, let's go, Heinicke. You know what I'm saying? You're bringing us back. We got hope in you, man. And then he derails, and we finish the season 7-10 again. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is with Taylor Heinicke now. That's if all else it fails, and it's the worst. Because if Carson Wentz's finger is not as bad as I'm assuming it's going to be, even though we know a fracture is pretty bad, if it's not as bad as I think it could be, he could probably be back as early as maybe Green Bay or Indianapolis, because literally it's 10 days rest. You know what I'm saying? So he's not going to be throwing or doing anything for 10 days, and that 10 days could be really, really helpful. But again, I have to wait and see how long they say he's going to be out for, or how serious the damage is to his finger. Now, again, when I first saw it, I'm thinking, oh, man, Dak Prescott literally came into my head. I'm like, bro, literally, that looks just like Dak Prescott. However, Dak Prescott wasn't able to finish the game. Dak Prescott completely lost feeling in his hand. You know what I'm saying? Once you saw him shaking his hand, trying to fix it and wake it up and stuff like that, and he was able to finish the game. And that happened way earlier in the game than one with Dak Prescott. So I'm not sure if it's that serious, but then again, I'm not a doctor, okay? I'm just a fan that makes videos on this team that's trying to speculate. But from what I've seen, it didn't look that serious. It didn't look like he had a fracture. Like I'm telling you guys, and you know that. It was on Sunday Night Football. When Dak hurt his finger, you literally saw it. Like you completely saw that it was like bad. You know what I'm saying? For Carson Wentz, yeah, you saw it like it kind of went back, but it didn't look like it was as bad. But again, we gotta wait on the status of what they say it's going to be. He's going to Los Angeles to see how bad it is. And we could very well be preparing for the Taylor Heinicke experience part 2. And that's what a lot of people wanted. Okay, a lot of people, that's what they wanted. They didn't want Taylor Heinicke to come in this way if he has to come in this way. But I know a lot of fans out there want Taylor Heinicke in there. And I'm not mad about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not glad about it because I really wanted Wentz to finish this thing out, but I'm not, obviously mad because I know what Taylor Heinicke could do. Taylor Heinicke could definitely provide a spark for like 3 games, and then he's going to go back to showing you why he was a backup. You know what I'm saying? We're not in a terrible predicament. If we didn't have Taylor Heinicke and Carson Wentz had to miss games, then I would be a little worried. But then again, we still got the young guy Sam Howell, but you're basically going to put your trust in Sam Howell to maintain afloat while Wentz is out, and we're already in a 2-4 hole. I don't know how smart that would be. So I'm getting ready for Taylor Heinicke season. I'm not gonna lie to you because I don't know if Wentz is gonna be ready for Green Bay. But again, it depends on how serious this fracture is. But I'm just gonna go on a limb and say fracture is gonna keep y'all at least 3 weeks. So I'm ready to not ready, but I'm expecting to get ready to experience the Taylor Heinicke experience part 2 again. And yeah, man, looks like 4 is going to be next up. And how fitting, right? Green Bay Packers was his favorite team growing up. And Brett Favre was his favorite player growing up. Last year when we played the Packers, We nearly beat them. If he didn't slide down, if we got a stop, if we made just better plays down the stretch, no fumbling, we probably beat the Packers in Green Bay. But this time we got the Packers at home. And how fitting that 4 might be playing. So let me just get started with this video in the comment section down below. As always, being boy Juan Gotti, like, comment, subscribe, help to Washington Commanders. Again, breaking news: quarterback Carson Wentz has sustained a fractured finger and is expected to go to Los Angeles to determine how long he'll be out. You know your boy Juan Gotti is going to be on the coverage and keep you up to date with this news. So hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and like this video. See you in the next video. I'm out. Peace. Cost me one time, that's gonna get you pop. Get you pop, get you drop. Slide on the one where they get you locked on. I ain't stopping till I get me a